We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube. Oh, God.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan. Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get 50 after Monday Night Raw?
Good evening from Swansea, South Wales, wrestling fans. I am your host, Ben Allison, and you are watching Wrestling Republic's daily broadcast on a Friday, and we have got a good show planned for you guys today, because Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes are planning to team up tonight on SmackDown, but could it go very, very wrong? We are going to be talking about that and a lot more as well, but before we do, I need to introduce today's panel, right? And quite a lot of people in the Washington area have been out of work this week. So I hired them all and gave them a task. And that task was to find the two biggest wrestling fans in the DMV area. And they come back to me with these two guys today. Let's kick things off with Shad. How are you, Shad?
What's going on, Ben? All is good here, man. And yeah, to your point, man, salute to all the government employees, government contractors during the shutdown. It's utter BS, the things that we have to go through in this area, particularly because we have so many, hardworking men and women that are government employees, and, we're not getting our just due with it, man. People not being able to work, people working and not being paid. It's unfortunate. So I'm definitely, sending my positive vibes to them and hoping we can all get through this. Hopefully this ends soon. Yeah, let's work. You saying that just made me had to say that.
Fair enough. I mean, I do not disagree one bit. Absolutely. Shout out to all those people, and hopefully your guys' government gets up and running sometime very, very soon. But also joining us is another massive wrestling fan from the DMV. How are you and University?
Man, I am feeling good, feeling great. Everything's beautiful on this Friday, right before the weekend. Yes, as Shad said, there are a lot of people in this area that are affected by this government shutdown. Luckily in my area, I have seen people coming together, doing things together just so the impact isn't so hard on each other. And hopefully we can continue to do that. Hopefully this is quick and, we can all get back to work. As a government contractor myself, I know how this goes. It seems like it happens every year. So, let's take care of each other and get through this together.
100%. But tonight, Friday Night SmackDown, we have to talk about it, guys, because Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton are going to team up to take on Bron Breakker and Bronson Reed. And the question is, will Randy Orton turn on Cody Rhodes? Not necessarily tonight, because tonight might be a little bit random, but could tonight lead to potentially Randy Orton costing Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel? This is the big question on a lot of people's minds right now, because are they going to drag this out all the way until WrestleMania and wait to do it then, or will it happen fairly soon? Shad, I want to get your thoughts on this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting thought about it. You look at Cody as a champion and you just look at potential opponents, especially on the SmackDown side. He's kind of burned through a lot of them. He's kind of defeated a lot of them. And it's either that case or they haven't really built anybody up that can be a viable threat. A lot of the top guys are notable baby faces, like you said. So to me, it's one of those situations. Do we really want to, continue the same rodeo that he goes through with, feuding with the Vision potentially, if they jump ship, feuding with Solo's Bloodline? A lot of those things don't come of interest. Obviously, we have a marquee match happening with Champ versus Champ, but there isn't the title on the line. In regards to Randy turning heel, I don't think it happens tonight, but I do think it is inevitable. I think they've been kind of teasing the feud between these guys for quite a while now. You know, Randy just glaring at that belt whenever he's given an opportunity. It shows that he's, you know, got aspirations to get that title. And to be honest with you, man, I say turn Randy heel, and I say potentially, whether it be at Mania, whether it be at the Royal Rumble, whether it be on a regular Friday Night SmackDown, I think Randy Orton should be the guy to take the belt off of Cody Rhodes. This is a guy that went from the legend killer to being a legend, you know, and him having the, you know, lineage and legacy that he's had as a world champion all these times. You know, we talk about what Cena's going through, and he's got his, you know, last run. We're not going to have Randy for the longest time, right? We're not going to have him doing this on a full-time basis for the longest time. And I would love to see him, you know, get a title run and it not have to be on the basis of, oh, this is the last run or whatnot. No, it being an organic run, letting us allow Randy to be the big-time superstar and being arguably one of the best heels in professional wrestling history. You know, that guy is one of the top bad guys out there, and I want to see it happen. I think this would add a new layer with the storyline with Cody. You know, this is a fresh opponent in a sense because we haven't seen babyface Cody come back going against Randy. And then obviously they got the history with each other, being part of a faction together and all of that. You know, it just kind of sets itself so well together. So, yeah, I would love to see Randy go heel, and I want Randy to get the title off of Cody Rhodes.
Wow, okay, a new champion in Randy Orton. I'd be all over that, to be honest with you, because is he a 13 or 14 time champion now? 14, isn't it?
14.
So wins another one, that's 15. That means he's only got to win one more to equal Ric Flair. And I think at the very least he should do that, if not even maybe equal John Cena.
I mean, tying Rick would mean a lot because Evolution, right? Like, Randy can say that he is the best of the best from Evolution at that point, right? You know, gunning at his mentors of Triple H and Ric Flair. Like, I feel like that would mean a lot to him as well.
Absolutely, and I wouldn't mind that triangle as well, with John Cena on the top, then beneath him, Randy Orton and Ric Flair. There is just something, I think, to that. So even if he doesn't equal Cena and he just equals Ric Flair, I think that would be a lot of fun. But what do you think about this? Are we going to see a Randy Orton heel turn anytime soon, or will they wait till WrestleMania season?
As long as it's against Cody Rhodes, I could care less. Just whoop his ass. I mean, just beat him up. Just because. I feel like you can't get a heel turn from Randy. He's too beloved right now. I think Randy could turn on Cody, and the fans will just cheer him even more because it is Randy Orton. I mean, the bigger question is, are the Brawns getting paid double? Because they're doing double duty a lot. You know, they have this match tonight. They're on Monday Night Raw. They're doing all kinds of stuff. That's my question. But no, I mean, to me, you can't, at certain points, you just can't turn some people heel because the crowd is just going to continue to cheer them on. And that was John Cena's problem. You know, they tried their best to just make people boo, boo, boo John Cena. But after 2 weeks, they started cheering him again. So I think Randy's in that same boat. So it'll be tough. It'll be tough to have Randy turn heel.
The difference, I would say, though, between John Cena and Randy Orton is Randy Orton has done it so many times before to the point where he knows what to do. I think John kind of did it and then was like, oh, I'm not entirely, sure what's going on. I don't think he had a plan. And because there was no plan and it was also rust, I think it kind of just felt a little bit unnatural.
But if the fans don't feel like booing you, they're not going to boo you. And once
true.
Again, I think Randy's just at the point where he's not going to get booed.
Yeah, but
it definitely will be
it's
hard.
the same factor as Roman Reigns in the Tribal Chief. Like, people just love the character that is heel to that point. Like, the joke is that, the always budding joke online is like going 09 Randy Orton heel on somebody and stuff like that, right? Like, that's everyone goes back into that bag of just being straight vicious, a monster. And I think that's kind of what, you know, the aspect of like good guys and bad guys is always important in pro wrestling. But sometimes, man, I've always loved the heels more than I love the baby faces, you know? And there's something about an edgier bad guy that can be cooler to root for than a, you know, corny baby face. Not calling, well, I know Aunt you was gonna call Cody Rhodes corny, but I'm not calling
And Clark as well. A lot of people now are jumping on that train.
I've been saying it from the start.
I mean, it's also I think the WWE does need to kind of like there needs to be some sort of like reset for good guys and bad guys to align who's a top good guy and who's a top bad guy too, because I feel like there's a bit of an unbalance. I don't know if y'all feel the same way, but
the way the world works right now, man, from 2009 to now is I mean, you're looking at what 17 years.
It's crazy.
Look how much stuff has changed in that. Look how much stuff has changed in that time. Like even there's TV shows, there's video games you'll let kids play now that you would never let kids play. I think people are so desensitized to anything. It's just you'd have to go so extreme that to shock people.
Yeah,
and I don't think they would do that.
You're not wrong. I think it was also no.
Yeah. Straight left, right to the toe.
What's his dog name? Pharaoh.
No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that, man. Peter would be all over them.
I'm joking.
But I mean, firstly, I feel incredibly old now, and thanks a lot for that.
Yeah,
17 years ago was heel.
I
remember that as a kid.
As a kid,
oh my gosh. I feel like I'm 17. No, I'm not.
I think I was 17 years ago.
It wasn't 17 years ago, though. It wasn't.
2009 to
16. 16,
no,
sorry.
Yeah. That 1 year is important. Makes all the difference. But we got quite a few comments here I want to read out because the comments are pretty much universally saying that Randy Orton should turn heel in WrestleMania season. Benjamin and Numero One Superfly both saying that they want to wait for WrestleMania, and I would love for that to happen. But I still think it's going to be Cody and CM Punk at WrestleMania. That is what they're foreshadowing now. And I just don't really think they can drag out Randy and Cody that long. Maybe I'm wrong here, but I'm not sure.
I don't want it to happen. Oh, go ahead.
You might be right. You know, he might be right. He might be right, and it might be Punk and Cody, but like the thing is this. So what is it? October. So we have what, like 6 months?
7 months. Sorry, in a couple of weeks it'll be 6 months.
So we'll have 6 months. Who does he feud with leading to Punk? Like, how much juice left do we have?
Randy Orton. That's what I'm saying.
So that's you think that can cover 6 months?
No, I think the Seth and then the War Games is going to take him to Survivor Series. Then after Survivor Series, I predict Randy Orton's going to turn. That's going to go all the way to the Royal Rumble. Punk's going to win the Rumble. He's going to be deciding between Seth and Cody because I do think they'll still both be champions at that point. He'll end up choosing Cody, and then that's when it goes to WrestleMania at that point.
Okay. You guys are missing something big. Don't forget the way Jey Uso was staring at Cody's title too. We all know Roman's been in his ear. So what if Roman puts him on the path to reclaim for the family what we had? Because Roman has always said that the Universal Championship is the B-rate championship. It's not worth him. So what if he puts Jey back on that path of taking Cody out?
Wow.
Great shout.
Fantastic shout.
I could see that being a case too. I think that's another element that could be good. I think I want to see Jey go heel. Like I've been saying that too. Like I want to see the ruggedness, the more gritty. Like I miss those Usos so much, man. I miss my Usos talking with that grit, man. Talking that smack the people and stuff like that, you know?
I hope he has a complete transformation because I feel Jay right now is too pop. Jay is too pop. He's too geek. No, I want a complete tribal chief transformation. I don't want the old Jay that was spazzing out. I want a calculated, demonic, just tear you down, Jay. That's who we need. That's the Jay Uso we need in order for me to be a fan of his.
Yeah, I can't lie. I would quite like a character change, but I just don't think they're gonna do it. I have a really bad feeling it's Jimmy who's gonna turn on Jay again, and they're gonna run back that. It'd be horrific. I don't think it's a good booking idea, but I think it's going to be Jay and Roman on the Babyface War Games team with Jimmy joining the Vision for one night only. I don't like the idea. I wouldn't do it, but I've done the maths. I've looked at all the possibilities, and my analysis was that is the most likely outcome. Donnie completely agrees with Ant saying lead and cook. Fernando saying happy Friday, WR crew. Happy Friday to you as well, Fernando. And also Donnie is saying Donnie Da Silva has marked himself safe from toxic IWC marks. If you guys haven't seen this, Donnie and Jimmy, after their interview with Gail Kim, have just been receiving some horrific emails. Horrific! They just did an interview with somebody, just, giving them a platform to speak and explain their thoughts. Horrific emails are sent to them in all capital locks and everything. It's absolutely horrific.
That was a really good show of Huge Pop. They had a special guest
fantastic.
on there too. I don't know who it was, but
yeah,
really
they were great, whoever that person was, and
it was really good.
And you was on it as well, guys. Check it out over on the Wrestling Republic website on the Huge Pop section. Check it out now because it really is a great, great interview. But what is going on with Britt Baker? That is the $1 million question at the minute. Because she has basically been gone from it for a year now. She had her last month pretty much exactly 11 months ago. There's been no explanation. She hasn't said she's injured. Yes, she's also being a dentist. We know she loves to, do the dentist work as well. But why isn't she on AEW TV? Tony Khan was asked about it a couple of months ago, and he said at that point that he would love to bring her back, but didn't say why he isn't bringing her back. And this week, Britt has been a little bit active over on X. And she has been saying, basically, she's been trying to get the fans on her side. She's saying people always complain about the internet fans, but we never give them praise and stuff like that. So she's clearly trying to win back the IWC. I mean, Shad, do you think she's leaving AEW or do you think she's returning? What is going on here? Because I'm clueless.
Yeah, so I messaged her. I said, where you at? She hasn't responded back to me yet. So I was just trying to figure out what was going on with her, where she's been. But she hasn't. I ain't cool like that, so I don't got the connects to know that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not entirely sure, man. I feel like when there's smoke, there might be fire, and to me, the fact that it's kind of telling that she hasn't been on television for almost a calendar year, and her last showing being against Mercedes, which wasn't a amazing match. And after that, her last match was not against Mercedes. Her last match was, I believe it was in the storyline with Serena Deeb, and she caught a lot of flack because she kind of went off script, kind of telling, playing her opponent down and whatnot. And, the IWC was very critical on her feud with Mercedes and her match with Mercedes and all of that. So I don't know if there's, some turmoil between her in the company, within the booker, with the locker rooms. Obviously, Britt Baker is a polarizing figure in All Elite Wrestling, for good and also for bad towards people. Me personally, I don't know her personally, so I can't criticize who she is as a person. I've never spoken to her. I don't know what her motives are. I don't know what her, issues would be with anybody out there. So I'm not here to speculate that. If I'm talking solely on the talent, I think Britt Baker is an incredible talent in that women's division. And that comes from the beginning of time being the first woman signed on the AEW. One of the most renowned champions, one of the most over figures on that company. I would love to see her back in the fold. I feel like the roster is so much better now on the women's side. You have people that have improved during this time frame. You have new ready-made stars. I feel like if you throw her in the mix, this could be something that can really elevate the women's division. She's a great talker. She's one of the best talkers on that entire roster. She's very popular with amongst the fans. There isn't a whole lot I can criticize. Yeah, maybe she's not putting on 5-star matches in the Tokyo Dome, but regardless of that, she's the epitome of what a great sports entertainer is. And if it is one of those cases where she doesn't stay in AEW, I wouldn't mind seeing her go to WWE. I feel like you look at SmackDown, they could use somebody like Britt Baker, a top level heel that you could put within the mid card division for the US title. Maybe you could butter her in within the title, put her on NXT. You know, NXT knows how to book the women's division really well. You see what's going on with the artist formerly known as Mariah May. They know how to position women. Or even if you put her on Raw, like, she's just someone that I love so much as a pro wrestler. I just want to see her be in pro wrestling if that's what she wants to do. If her heart's not in it and she wants to, go with other aspirations in life, by any means, man, power to her. But as a fan of Britt Baker, I would love to just see her on my television, whether it be on AEW where she's employed or whether it be on another company like WWE, TNA, wherever it may be. I just want to see Britt Baker.
I think her heart must be in it because she is not tweeting out those things, blatantly trying to win over the fans. If she doesn't want to return, she wants people calling her name. She wants people chanting for her in arenas. I don't think it's going to happen. But to your point, Shad, imagine her in WWE. Like you said, NXT, that's a fantastic shout. But even in the SmackDown Women's Mid-Card division, because let's be honest right now, that division is just Michin, Chelsea Green, repeat.
Yeah, it's an ice-cold division. You have Julia, feuding with Michin. Michin, I always say, she's on the hamster wheel.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
she's
Chelsea
running,
Green and Michin as the challenges every time rotating.
Yeah, exactly. So they're both running the hamster wheel for the US title. No, she would be a great plug and play person. I mean, hell, her and Chelsea Green, that's a very interesting type of rivalry if you let it be. Both of them are incredible on the mic and great characters. And I mean, like, dude, I'm one of those fans this past week that said it. I saw AEW. I don't know if this is by purpose or if they just like to put in throwback stuff, but they showed the lights out match on their reel between her and Thunder Rosa, and I shared it on my story. I said I miss my girl Britt Baker, man. Like I miss that moment in time. I miss the crimson mask that she had, man.
Yeah.
With the she's got that star power that a lot of women's wrestlers, could kind of wish they had. To be honest with you, like, she's so quick witted on the mic. She's got the just swagger. She just walk in there, and be in the room if you give her to be. So, and yeah, like, I don't know what the behind the scenes stuff is, but like I said, I am only speaking about the talent that I know.
Do you know, I've just fact checked it as well. I don't know if you know this, Shard. They were very briefly, Britt Baker and Chelsea Green, a tag team on the independent scene. Very briefly.
Well, that makes sense. Sense.
Hey, I thought I remembered it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, Chelsea was in that original All Out, right? In the first one?
The All In, yes.
All in,
she was, yeah.
Sorry. All In, yeah. So,
wow.
I mean,
that was a long time ago.
No, yeah, man. I mean, hey, happy 6 years, Dynamite. I was at the first one in DC, so it feels weird to me. But yeah, man, like, I remember Britt being at that first one too, man. Like, I remember she had to say, like, hey, man, bring my girl back, Tony. Let's mend the bridges. You know what I'm saying? If you need me to be there to, be the
facilitated.
Counselor, yeah, I could counsel it out. We can mediate this. We could talk as a family. We good.
And we'll do it live on the Wrestling Republic daily broadcast as well. Numero 1 says, Britt Baker not being used is the whole Ray Phoenix, Ricky Saint situation all over again. She's most likely leaving once her contract expires. Yeah, to be honest with you, I do agree. At least in her case, like we said earlier, she's also a dentist, so she is doing other things at the same time. So hopefully, obviously she'll want to be wrestling too, but at least she's doing something. Whereas,
she's still getting passive income from there, even if they ice her out. They don't
but also
need
just doing something too.
Yeah,
like
for
Ray Phoenix and Ricky Saints were just sitting at home watching TV. They had nothing to do, and that's when it really, really does suck. And Tony says Chelsea's a girl's girl. She's friends with every woman in this business. I've never heard a bad thing about her ever. But
Except for
up
me.
next, guys. Yeah, apart from she blocked Shad for a reason we don't know. I mean, we don't have any insight. We really have no idea why. There's no good reason.
I know why she blocked me, but it's all good. We don't have to talk about that. No, I want to talk about it on air. It's all good. I'll tell you off air.
No idea. But anyway, without further ado, guys, I have got an important announcement. I'm going to go full screen for this, right? Because I have an update on the future of... Great start. I have an update on the future of Allison Analysis. First of all, thank you everybody who supports it and watches it every week. But I have come to the decision to change the format of it slightly. Because over the last few months, doing Raws and SmackDowns every week, to be completely truthful, I felt like it's been too repetitive each week. I have felt like too often I'm making the same points. I went back and I looked, and I said 3 weeks in a row, I'm really enjoying where this Bayley gimmick is going. That's not providing analysis. And also, I felt like almost at times I was complaining a little bit too much as well, just because I was having to almost find things. So with the state the product is currently in, I'm not entirely sure I can get 5 real good findings for each episode of Raw and SmackDown. So for that reason, and also because I'm going to be honest, I think I need 1 day a week off editing, and that day is going to be Saturdays. So for that reason, Allison Analysis is now going to be 1 day a week, and it's going to be every Tuesday, and it will be my 5 key findings from this week in professional wrestling. So it will still be points from Raw, it will still be points from SmackDown, and then some weeks, who knows, maybe I'll chuck an AEW finding in there, maybe a New Japan one, but this way I can make sure those 5 key findings are actually of value, and hopefully as a viewer that will be more valuable for you guys as well, because I want to be putting out a product which I am happy with, that I believe does provide value for you guys to enjoy. And right now I'm just not being too happy with it, and I think the engagement over the last couple of months has kind of suggested I think the audience are on the same wavelength. But Allison Analysis is not going anywhere. It will be the same 5 key findings, same format, but it will just now be for the 5 key findings from this week in professional wrestling instead. So hopefully you guys will be enjoying that when it happens. The Atomic Merp, shout out Mary saying great move, Ben. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. But without further ado, let's now talk a little bit about Bad Bunny, because Damian Priest spoke to TMZ today, and in this interview he revealed that Bad Bunny wants to return to WWE. He considers himself a WWE wrestler, but the only issue is that he is so incredibly busy. But whenever he can find time in his busy schedule, he plans to return. And you, what is your thoughts on this, and are you interested in seeing it?
Oh, I am so excited with this. And let me tell you guys why, right? Bad Bunny is so popular right now. So just keeping his name in there, you got the whole Super Bowl halftime show coming up, and it's just causing so much controversy. And I tell you, like they always said, whether it's good press or bad press, as long as they're talking, that's all that matters. So good for Bad Bunny. If he wants to make a return to the WWE, I am 100% for it, and this is exactly how I would book it. Right? Damian Priest is on SmackDown. Damian Priest is in the ring. He's talking, and the next thing you know, Bad Bunny's music hits. And Bad Bunny comes out, and as soon as he starts coming out, you have Drew McIntyre jump Damian Priest from behind. Why? Because their feud's not over. They're just 2 big men that like to fight. Let them keep fighting. I'm okay with that. Right? So you have Drew and you have Damian fighting, and they go to the back, and then you have Bad Bunny in the ring, and he's standing there and he's just looking around. And who else would you put with one of the biggest Latino rappers in the world than, yes, Mr. Logan Paul? And I think Logan Paul and Bad Bunny could put on one of the best matches of celebrities / wrestlers that there could be. It would blow the roof off. Just the engagement of those two and all their if they can get 20% of each of their followers to just come watch that match, then we will not have to have conversations about Monday Night Raw or SmackDown having its lowest viewerships ever, because I think that them two together would be something huge for wrestling. And that's how I'd feel about that. I can't wait to see that. I hope it's really good.
I can't disagree when it comes to the numbers because it would be huge, undeniably. And I also can't disagree that it wouldn't be the best celebrity versus celebrity match ever, but the bar for that is pretty low. Where I would disagree is I don't want it to happen, purely because, I mean, at that point, if we just make it celeb versus celebs and do those types of matches, one, I do think there will be some clear botches, because unlike Logan Paul, you know, Bad Bunny's not there all the time, and Logan Paul still isn't like a veteran. He's still not somebody who I could really think could help carry somebody through a match. So I think it'd be better than other celeb versus celeb matches, but still probably a little bit of a disaster.
So they had to add Randy and Drew in the what's his name?
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll,
Yeah.
thank you. In the Jelly Roll match. Because, you know, as much weight as Jelly Roll lost, it's good. Jelly Roll's not an athlete. He's not an athlete. He can't move that well. He did an amazing job. Wait, first of all, I'm fat, so I'm not being fat phobic. Please don't come after me. I think Jelly Roll did an amazing job for someone who's not an athlete, but we've seen what Bad Bunny can do. That match in Puerto Rico with Bad Bunny and Damian Priest opened a lot of people's eyes. It shocked a lot of people.
Yeah, but
It absolutely
that
did.
match was also over. Like, it was a great match, but it was a gimmick match. It was a hardcore street fight. You had a lot of overbook part to it to hide the blemishes.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And I don't think Logan, like to Ben's point, I don't think Logan Paul can lead. Like, I wouldn't have trust in him leading a match with Bad Bunny per se.
At least for a couple of years, at least.
Ever.
I think it'll surprise you. I think when Logan saved Rey Mysterio, Logan earned a lot of people's trust.
He didn't save Rey Mysterio, though. It was his mistake.
No, it wasn't.
Rey's cleared it up, and Logan's apologized for saying he saved him as well. Because it was actually Logan was standing just way too far back for whatever reason. And so it was Logan who made the original botch, and then he just saved his own botch. So he saved Rey, but he was his own botch originally.
Okay, well, he didn't have to catch him, but he did. So
We didn't expect him to. It
was
was his mistake.
Bro, how old are you? Are you like a 18-year-old kid? You were drinking Prime and stuff now, and you.
Oh no! Come on,
You a
now.
Logan Paul
Don't do
fan?
that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm
not a part of the Low Gang. Get it right. It's called Low Gang. And no, I'm not a part of the Low Gang.
I didn't know that.
No, man. I think it would be good, and not, you know, yeah, there may be some botches, there may be stuff messed up, but I think for the amount of eyes that they can get on the product for that match would be insane.
For sure. No, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. It's very WWE centric. I'll say that.
Yeah, I wouldn't complain about it, but I think a lot of people would. That's what I will say. But we got a few comments here I want to read out. Numero 1 Superfly says Bad Bunny is going to return and go one-on-one with Damian Priest in a contract on a pole match where the winner gets rights to changing their opponent's music every week for a full year. I love these just random shouts. Donnie says Bad Bunny is a massive star. Anytime he wants to be back, he will be. And I love this shout from Phenomenal Ace saying, have Bad Bunny challenge Dominic Mysterio for the mega title in AAA. Here's the best part about that, though. not best part about it, but I don't think you could do it at a AAA show, but I think you could do it at, for example, like a WrestleMania, but for the AAA title. So at least that title is still getting spotlighted and elevated. But I just don't really think they can afford him for a AAA show. But who knows? We'll have to wait and find out on that one. I can't read that comment out from Donnie, but we've got a couple more comments here as well about Allison analysis. Numero 1 saying, no, I always enjoyed the format, and I really appreciate you, Numero 1, watching. I really, really do. And he says he'll continue to watch. I really do appreciate that. Donnie says, smart change. Now you'll have time for your girlfriend. I mean, look, I was editing it every single day, pretty much all day, and that actually is a little bit of a factor as well, being completely honest. But up next,
wait till you get a wife and a kid.
Oh,
yeah, that's why I call you the hardest working. I don't know, Shad, how you balance everything. I don't know.
I work pretty much 2 jobs. That's not being a parent of a newborn, and then I'm a parent. You know, I do a lot of stuff, man. I'm always.
That's what I mean. I can't get around it. I can't get my head around it. I really, really cannot. But, guys, up next, it is time for Mount Rushmore. And today, we are doing stars who have jumped from WWE to AEW. So we are ranking, basically, who the most successful jumps have been. So whose stock's been elevated or whatever. So, without further ado, the order is going to be me, Shad, and you, as decided earlier on. So let's kick things off. This is a Mount Rushmore of WWE stars who have jumped to AEW. I'll kick us off with the person whose stock I believe has been elevated the most, with the timeless Toni Storm. I mean, look, her AEW run has been just absolutely fantastic. She has reinvented herself. She has elevated not only the AEW women's division, but women's wrestling in general. Honestly, one of my all-time favorite women's wrestlers now, and her career isn't even near over. Shad, who are you taking?
This is the easy one. This is a layup. Swerve MF Strickland. That is the male wrestler that has benefited the most. That can arguably be the big-time fumble from WWE into AEW's hands. Bonafide superstar. Give me Swerve.
Absolutely a fantastic shout there. And you, what about you?
okay. So I did this the opposite way. I thought we were going from AEW to WWE. So I have all names that don't matter. I'm gonna have to do this.
I did too, ain't you? By the way,
that's
what was written in the group.
That's the way it read.
It was written down, but it's all good. It's all good.
So
my bad, guys.
This is gonna be a little bit harder for me, but I mean, for my first pick on Mount Rushmore, it's hard not to put the person with the most belts in the company. I thought Shad was going to take her, but he didn't. He went Swerve, which is cool. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to go the lady herself, the boss, Sasha Banks. I'm not calling her by the other name, and I don't care if you don't like it or not. Sasha Banks.
Oh, CEO.
The boss.
CEO. We've been raided over on Twitch. Shout out. I think that's probably WrestleTake. Shout out to you, Cameron. We really appreciate it. And shout out everybody who is now watching our show. We're currently doing a Mount Rushmore of WWE stars who have jumped to AEW and not the other way around like I accidentally texted these two prior. But Ant, you are back up again. Who are you taking next?
Man, I wish. Well, I mean, I'm going to take this person, and I wish he had done better. But you know, he did win a championship, and he is a part of the best group on AEW. So give me Jon Moxley.
Okay, great shout. Honestly, that's who I would have taken next as well. Yes, he was a big deal in WWE, but like this guy's been like multi-time AEW champion. He has carried this company. There's no denying that. But Shad, you're up next. Who are you taking?
Man, there are so many good choices, but I have to go with the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. I'm going to be honest. That one surprises me a little bit so high.
Hey, man, you got to go for the heavy hitters when you can go for the heavy hitters. Bryan Danielson is a Hall of Famer in Ring of Honor, WWE, and AEW. That is just how incredible of a professional wrestler that he is.
You're not wrong there at all. He has had a great run and is now doing a great job on commentary as well. I'm up next and I'm going to take the late, great Brody Lee. I mean, obviously it wasn't much of a long run in AEW, but he came into the company and he immediately went from basically a lower mid-carder in WWE to showing people how great he was. He was one of the most over stars in the company and had some great matches there. So shout out to Brody Lee. Up next, I'm going to take Samoa Joe, because Samoa Joe, when he left WWE, his career was basically over. They tried moving him to commentary. He then went back to NXT. He was basically just, they basically didn't have any plans for him, right? He went to AEW and he became an AEW world champion. He got another 2, 3, 4 years at the top of the industry back. And everybody thought he was already done. So that is my pick. But Shad, who are you taking?
I am going to take the fallen goddess Athena, someone who I think has just been a bona fide star, 1,000-day plus reign as Ring of Honor Women's Champion. Let me get Athena.
She's a Ring of Honor She's a Ring of Honor wrestler. She's not AEW.
She signed to AEW.
She technically is, although, again, is Ring of Honor owned by AEW? No, but is it owned by AEW? Yes, no, it counts. No, it counts. Right. She is signed to AEW.
I'm just playing Clark's role right now. I'm just being Clark. My bad. But coming up to me. So everyone, so if there's anyone here that watches my lives, you're going to understand this, because I'm going to take big back, bald-headed Bobby Lashley.
Wow. I'm going to be honest. Has he really been elevated?
He's doing what he wants. And when it's time for him to go take that belt, when it's time for, they weren't doing anything in WWE at the point, right? So he's coming over. He's been a champion everywhere. It's only a matter of time before he takes the championship in the AEW. And when he does, I mean, he's an old man, give him his props. Bobby's old, man. Bobby's about my age.
He is old. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's enjoying what he's doing. He's hurting people. He's having fun. Bobby Lashley.
I heard he likes to hurt people. I did hear he likes to hurt people.
He does. I'll tell you what has improved. His theme music has improved. That's for sure, right? That's a first draft pick in anything.
Salute to West Side Gun. I did like Bobby. I like the Almighty theme song though back in the day. It wasn't bad though.
It wasn't bad, but just it's so good now. We heard people. It's fantastic. But and you are also up next. What is your final pick?
Ooh, final pick. Let's see. I was not prepared for this. So I mean, yeah, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go for the time that they came over. Saray wasn't doing anything in WWE. She couldn't. They weren't going to let her wrestle. She came over. She was able to wrestle. That's elevated from where she was at. So I'm going to say Saray.
I got confused for a second. Saraya, yes. Saray's somebody who's debuted this week in AEW.
The way better was way better than Paige, by the way. But
I was waiting for the argument. I was like, okay, let's.
I know he meant Saraya. I'm not a big Saraya fan, but I respect it.
Yeah, no, like I said, I'm going off the dome here, so I was put on the spot.
I'm so sorry, guys. Do you know the best part about this, guys, is in the group chat, I sent them a message saying exactly like they just said, AEW to WWE. And then I sent another message saying, so that, to clarify, it's the ones who have been in the best in AEW since joining, to clarify, so the jump paid off. Surely there should be some question marks earlier in defense of myself. There's no real defense of myself. It's completely my mistake. But didn't make any sense either way.
My turn? You gotta
Yes.
love this pick. Benjamin Allison. I heard you have a father.
You're not going to steal this, are you? You're going to steal
That man's
this.
alive. Let me get Christian Cage.
Yes. That's a good one.
Screw you for stealing that. That was my final pick. But you know what? Instead, I am going to take Chris Jericho. Because at the end of the day, Chris Jericho was the first AEW champion. When he left WWE, he was starting to go into the lower mid-card scene. His career was just dwindling. He went to AEW and he stayed a main event star for a few years. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, that brings us, guys, to the end of the Mount Rushmore.
He debuted with the Rock. There's no going higher than that.
No, I'm not saying higher than debut. I'm saying higher than when he left WWE.
Okay. Like my Saraya point.
Yeah,
I just want to
that's
clarify
a fair
that.
one.
Okay.
That's I never disagreed with that. Just Shad has an agenda against Saraya. Hates her. Anything she's involved with. Oh my gosh. Well, that does, guys, bring us to the end of the show. CavCaseK saying Dana Brooke deserves kudos for her elevation in TNA. Absolutely. I can't disagree with that.
Yes.
Donnie says, after Swerve and Tony, it feels like everyone else is just people that used to be in WWE but haven't really been elevated. I mean, come on. Multiple names on that list have been elevated from where they were when they left WWE. That is for sure. But does bring us to the end of the show, guys. Again, so sorry, Shad and you for that mistake. But thank you to both of you guys for joining me here today. And thank you to everybody in the comments. Make sure to join us same time, same place tomorrow to talk a little bit of SmackDown. We got Clark, we got Anthony, and we got Ignacio, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly.
Not me. I'm on to join tomorrow.
Never mind. We've got Clark, we got Shad, and we got Ignacio. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I knew I was wrong. I'm having an awful day, guys. Does bring us to the end of the show. Peace.
I
What an